I think we're officially live. Let me just double check. Make sure you guys can hear me. Hopefully you can. I see a lot of you guys here in the live. Thank you guys for joining. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I'll go ahead and get started here because I do have a lot to say after that performance. Wow. I just want to yell right now, and that's so not me, right? I just want to yell right now after seeing that performance. But all right, I'm gonna try to be rational about this, and then we'll get to ripping into people. Nobody expected the Bears to win this game, right? I think that's safe to say. I didn't pick the Bears to win. I'm sure a lot of you guys did not pick the Bears to win. They were almost 10.5-point underdogs going into this game. All right? Nobody picked the Bears to win. So the end result of the Saints winning is not surprising, and I'm not mad about that. Okay? Let's get that out of the way first. The Bears were not the better team, and we knew that. But here is where we can rip into the Bears is I wanted a competitive game. All right? Go down with a fight, not without. And what we saw out there, or what we saw on the field in that game, was a team that was unprepared, undisciplined, just absolutely outcoached, outclassed. Well, I shouldn't say outclassed. The Saints were taunting every single play, but outcoached, out-executed, out everything on the field. The final score was 21-9, but we know we got a garbage time touchdown at the end. All right? So, again, it was 21-3. Our offense put up 3 points, and I believe that 3 points was the field goal we got after a turnover by the defense. So we couldn't do anything against this Saints team. All right? So, again, everything I'm about to tell you guys right now, and I don't want to yell here. I'm not the type to just, give hot takes and yell and just scream. I try to be rational, but everything I'm about to tell you right now is coming straight from my heart because we're literally right after this game. So I will make another video where I'll go back, watch tape, and tell you guys where things went wrong here. But when I tell you guys this game was so frustrating to me, I mean it. I really mean it. Okay? So let's start. I don't even know where to start. Let's start with the fact that I feel like the Bears did everything they could to lose this game. All right? Let's start with that because you want to talk about the game starting off for the Bears with a dropped touchdown. Literally a dropped touchdown by Jawan Wims. That was awful. It should have been 10 points. So you know what? Let me give credit here. It should have been 10 points because that was a touchdown. That was a touchdown. The Wims drop changed the game. Yes, somebody brought that up. Look, here's why the Wims drop, I think, killed everything. That touchdown would have given us all the momentum in the world. And here's the thing. Jawan Wims made a great catch right before that play. So it's not like he hadn't done anything. He made a great sideline catch, and he just drops it, just straight up, flat out drops it. It was a great trick play, one of the only good trick plays, one of the only good plays, and all the momentum would have been on our side, and it just sucked the life out of everything. It would have been good for Mitchell Trubisky. He would have gotten his confidence up. It would have been good for the coaching staff, the entire Bears defense, and Wims drops it. And my question at that point, after you thinking, why the hell did Wims drop it, was why is Jawan Wims the guy? Like, A-Rob can't beat people deep. Why can't it be A-Rob? Like, I get it. We're down Mooney. At that point, Miller wasn't ejected. He was ejected later in the game. But it's like, I don't know why Jawan Wims gets that, opportunity there. And, yeah, I missed Darnell Mooney. That's another reason we were down Mooney, Roquan. I mean, Jalen Johnson. It was just bad, folks. It was just bad. All I wanted was a competitive game. That's all I cared about. Just go out with some respect. And the Bears went out like they came into the game as an embarrassment. Okay? Every single time we're on national TV during the season, we got embarrassed. Every single time. And today was no different. So right off the bat, the Jawan Williams dropped touchdown. I think just killed everything. And then after that, just things just kept going left for the Bears. It was brutal. It was brutal. I'm actually going to check here just to make sure. So you're talking about a drop touchdown, an ejected wide receiver. Anthony Miller was so dumb for throwing himself out of the game. I don't know where Riley Ridley was. A lot of you guys are talking about that. Missed tackles left and right. I mean, so many missed tackles in this game. Eddie Jackson had a brutal game. Undisciplined penalties. Check downs by Mitchell Trubisky on 3rd and 8. Sacks negated by penalties. The refs were awful in this game. They were awful. And it was just bad. It was bad all around. And so here's the thing. We want to play the blame game, right? We want to play the blame game. I believe everybody deserves blame here. The defense deserves blame for not tackling. The offense deserves blame for being flat out garbage outside of that trick play. The coaching deserves blame for not coaching a good game plan. And this was not the Bears offense, by the way, that I saw the last 5 weeks. Like, even against the Packers, that offense was still respectable, and it was somewhat of a close game. It was a close game, actually, going into the fourth quarter, 21-16. This offense had Matt Nagy's name written all over it. I don't think that was Bill Lazor calling the plays. I might just be, freaking out here. Tell me if I'm bugging. That looked like it was Matt Nagy calling the plays. Nothing about that offense looked like it was Bill Lazor. Got a super chat from Kyle. Pagano destroyed this defense for 2 years. Also, we didn't use any play calling that made us unsuccessful last week. Yeah, I'm telling you, it felt like Matt Nagy took back play calling. If he did, Matt Nagy should be fired just for that move. He saved his job in season by giving up play calling, and then he might get fired now because he took back play calling. He was calling the plays. Did he say that? Are you guys confirming this? Did he say this in the press conference? Because I swear it looked like Matt Nagy was calling the plays. And that's the reason why the offense looked so awful. I'm going to find out. See, I hope some reporter asks him about that, because this was not the offense with Bill Lazor. Nope. You can't convince me it was. So the offense deserves blame, absolutely. Like I said, they were awful. Again, defense, offense, special teams. I guess maybe on that special teams part, we really didn't have too many opportunities. But the Saints getting, I feel like a bunch of calls. So many penalties in this game too, man. So many penalties. So many penalties. So here's where I'm at. Look, the Bears were going to lose this game. I told you it was all about the fact that we just wanted it to be competitive. Okay? And I'm actually glad, in a way, the Bears lost, because we get to see better matchups now. This team did not deserve to move on and face the Packers or the Bucs or whatever. Let's address the elephant in the room. Is it fire everyone time? That's what you guys want to know. I see it in the comments already. Is it time to fire everybody? Is it time to fire Chuck Pagano, Matt Nagy, Ryan Pace, Mitchell Trubisky? Is it time to do all that? Look, emotions are sky high right now. The game just ended, the playoff game. And I'm really trying to process everything right now. Okay? I will absolutely make an in-depth video on this, but let me give my thoughts on it right now. We have a great super chat from Michael. Thank you for the great videos this past season. I hope Chuck Pagano is fired tomorrow morning. I hope Mitch has a fresh start. Nagy torpedoed his career. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate the super chat, Michael. And guys, I will be answering all super chat questions. So go ahead and ask me any super chat questions. So let me talk about whether or not the Bears should fire everybody. Okay? This is my raw thoughts right here, okay? Let's take it one by one. All right? Chuck Pagano, I believe he needs to be gone. The defense was decent today. I don't think they were awful. They were decent. The offense should have scored more points, but undisciplined. Still was not able to do enough in this game. So I think Chuck Pagano should be gone. He didn't get much out of this defense. He really didn't. This was not the Vic Fangio defense that we once knew and loved. And all of our elite players on defense felt like they were dressed. I mean, Eddie Jackson, I couldn't recognize him out there. That was not the Eddie Jackson. Kyle Fuller getting burned on a Michael Thomas touchdown. Khalil Mack making pretty much no impact. Like, it was bad. First fire, Ted Phillips, gotta go. Been over 30 years from Prince Roquetta, a super chat. I believe Ted Phillips is going to retire. I believe so. So as far as the fire everyone question, yeah, Ted Phillips needs to go. He needs to retire. Chuck Pagano needs to go. Those are the two that I feel pretty confident about. And I don't want to be the guy who flip-flops here, right? One week I'm saying fire everybody, then I'm saying, oh, maybe you can keep everybody for a year. And no, I don't want to be that guy. So I'm trying to be consistent here. I'm okay moving on from Chuck Pagano. Absolutely okay with Ted leaving. As far as Ryan Pace, Matt Nagy, and Mitchell Trubisky, here's where I'm at, folks. Here's where I'm at. With Mitchell Trubisky, at this point, I don't care either way. I don't care either way. If we want to bring him back because we don't have a better option, and we're going to go out and draft a rookie and let him develop, and Mitch is just a bridge quarterback, fine. Because, again, my question still isn't answered yet. If we want to get rid of Mitch, which I'm totally okay with, who is the replacement? It's not Nick Foles. I don't want to go back to Nick Foles. You saw that experiment. It didn't work out. I don't love mediocrity. I'm not saying I do. Mitch is not the long-term answer. It is absolutely not. But I told you guys this. If you move on from Mitch, who's the replacement? Right? That's it. That's all. Just answer that question. I'm okay with it. And if it is a rookie quarterback, which I'm totally okay with, just remember, it's time to then overhaul the defense. It's time to overhaul the defense. Khalil Mack, Akeem Hicks, these guys that are making a lot of money on defense, they're not playing with a rookie quarterback. In terms of, we're not going to have a rookie quarterback develop and whatnot and then have a defense that's just getting older. Right? It's got to be a full-on rebuild. Yeah, if you trade for Stafford, trade for a Deshaun Watson, cool. Oh, my goodness. I would love that. I'd love that. But you got to pull it off. So as far as Mitchell Trubisky in this game, he should have done more. Again, as far as Mitch himself, like he didn't play awful in that aspect. He just didn't take enough chances. That was the thing with Mitch. He was checking down, and the deep shots that he did take, unfortunately, the one touchdown was dropped, and then the other ones, they were deflected. So the thing is, folks, after a certain point, it's kind of like this. If you have the talent has to show up. Deshaun Watson gets Bill O'Brien as his coach, as his general manager, has a shitty defense, has everything going against him, and he still performs and turns into a quarterback, top 5 quarterback. I'm not saying the loss is on Mitch. This loss is on everybody. The entire Bears team as a unit played awful. But what I am saying is, after a while, you see that, talent matters. And so with Mitchell Trubisky, again, I'm not blaming him for this game completely. I'm just not. But, the Browns just scored. Yeah, I'm not watching here for a second. Sorry, guys. But as soon as this game's over, I'm going to go watch it. But as soon as this live is over, I should say. But that's just kind of where I'm at, folks. So I'm okay. Let's find somebody to replace Mitch with. But until then, can he be our Alex Smith until we find Patrick Mahomes? Why can't that be the case? Why can't Mitch just be the Alex Smith? We know he's not the answer until we find our Patrick Mahomes. Keep drafting quarterbacks. So that's how I feel about Mitchell Trubisky. All right? I'm okay, ready to replace him. If you have somebody better, show me. Nagy and Pace. All right. Again, Matt Nagy's resume with the Bears is pretty solid. I know you guys hate it, but it's no losing record, playoffs 2 out of 3 years. Is it enough to keep him? I honestly don't know. But right now, if you ask me, like my gut feeling is I don't want Matt Nagy. My gut feeling is I have the same feeling as Mitchell Trubisky. Like he's just not the guy. If there's somebody better, find him. As far as Ryan Pace, I mean, kind of same thing here. And that's the sad part is if this loss was a close game, like a 24-17, which I had predicted, I think everybody comes back for an extra year, like Nagy, Pace, and Mitch. Because it was a rout, a blowout, people are going to lose their jobs. And again, that's what happens. You got to perform. It's a performance business. It's a performance business. And yeah, somebody pointed out, I don't know if you can keep Nagy and, fire Pace or fire Pace and keep Nagy. Nagy and Pace come together. They were part of the same package, right? We got Ryan Pace. He hired Matt Nagy. Okay? So I don't think you can keep one and fire the other. That's just where I'm at. But I'm just glad that, in a way, we don't have to be subject to this anymore with the Bears because this was awful. Just absolutely awful. As far as Mitch, like I told you, I'm ready to move on. Find me the better option. I'm ready to do it. So I know I didn't give you guys a definitive answer here, but hear me out. I can see a full house cleaning, and I can also see everybody coming back for an extra year. Because when you break it all down, folks, again, you could say it's being mediocre. You could say, it's whatever. The Bears have made the playoffs 2 out of the last 3 years, haven't had a losing record. So our expectations should be higher, but they could always use that as an excuse. I'm so disgusted right now. So disgusted. I'll answer questions for a couple more minutes here, guys, and then I'll get out of here, and then I got to make another question. So if you have a super chat, make sure to submit it. Why did we try to run with Rhino? That was hilarious. 3rd and 2 and bring out Rhino. Actually, I'm glad you guys brought that up. That was literally the play where I'm like, man, Nagy's calling the plays. There's no way Bill Lazor calls that play. Not a chance. Not a chance. That was the play where I said, that's Matt Nagy. Can't call Mitch a bum when he tries his best. He just can't make certain plays, and that's why he's not our guy right now. I mean, look, we know what Mitchell Trubisky is. If Mitchell Trubisky ends up turning into Ryan Tannehill, goes to another team, I don't know how bad you can feel because you say to yourself, he had 4 years in Chicago. For better or worse, he had 4 years. And like I told you, Deshaun Watson has had an awful team around him, but we still see his talent shine. So everything's not going to be perfect for Mitchell Trubisky, for him to be perfect. That's not the trait of a good quarterback. You need to be able to perform even when things aren't perfect. Michael Kelly, why are the Packers consistently good and the Bears consistently bad? Does it really come down to Rodgers? What do the Bears need to do? Absolutely. I would say 90% comes down to Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre, obviously. Quarterback is the most important position in sports. And I think what people don't understand is the Packers are so good in terms of their front office that even when they have the guy, they already look towards the future. You have, Brett Favre, and you still draft Aaron Rodgers. You have Aaron Rodgers, you still draft Jordan Love. I'm not saying Jordan Love is the next Aaron Rodgers, but what I am saying is they never stop drafting quarterbacks because they know that if you don't have a good quarterback, your chances of winning in this league are very minimal. Look at the quarterbacks remaining in the NFL playoffs. Josh Allen, who made a huge leap this year. By the way, shout out to Josh Allen because that is exactly who I expected Mitchell Trubisky to turn into. It just didn't happen. That was the leap Mitchell Trubisky was supposed to take, the leap that Josh Allen made. I'm happy for Josh Allen, happy for Bills fans. That was the leap that Mitchell Trubisky was supposed to make. And I'm sad about it. Justin Gotze with a super chat. New Bears tradition. Chauncey Gardner gets sacked every time. Absolutely. The Saints were so annoying, man. They taunt so much. I hate the Saints. But the Packers, yeah, they draft quarterbacks every single, it feels like almost every single year. So That's the difference. That's the difference. The Bears don't do that. The Bears don't look ahead, right? We're okay with, just who we have, and you got to be able to be proactive and not reactive. It's tough. It's tough. Yeah, Mitch, I don't think you guys can say Mitch hasn't had chances. He's had plenty of chances. Mitchell Trubisky has had plenty of chances, okay? I'm not blaming this loss on Mitchell Trubisky, but what I am saying is Mitchell Trubisky has not performed like he should have. He just hasn't, all right? So that's just where I'm at. Next season is going to be so tough. I want a full rebuild. Yeah, you know what? That could be the direction going to a full rebuild. It could absolutely be. But people better be okay being patient if there is a full rebuild. They better be okay. Mo with a super chat. Bears are so undisciplined today. I swear. So many penalties. Like, what's the record for penalties in the NFL? Because the Bears probably broke it. So many damn penalties today, man. Just absolutely awful. Awful. But also, to the point I was making, there's Patrick Mahomes, Drew Brees, Tom Brady. The only non-elite quarterback left is Jared Goff, and that's because he's got an elite coach in Sean McVay, which actually brings me to my point here. So either you have an elite coach or an elite quarterback, right? We don't have an elite quarterback. We don't have an elite coach. And that's how you have an elite offense, by the way. If we had Sean McVay, I might be saying something bold here, but I think Mitchell Trubisky would be like Josh Allen. Like, literally, I think Sean McVay could have worked wonders here. And that's why Matt Nagy might not be the answer. So everything is on the table here. I'm telling you this right now. Matt Nagy, Mitchell Trubisky, Ryan Pace can all be gone. They can all be gone. Don't be surprised. All right? That's what I'm saying. That's where I'm at. Why am I crazy? Because I said that? Look, I just think Sean McVay is, like, amazing. I really do. Like, I'm sorry. Like, look at what he does with Jared Goff as his quarterback. Jared Goff is not very good. You guys think Jared Goff is so much better than Mitchell Trubisky. He's not. Mitchell Trubisky isn't very good, but neither is Jared Goff. Matt Jones, yeah, I'm okay with drafting a quarterback. I'm absolutely. So my thing is, moving on from Mitchell Trubisky is okay with me. Just tell me who's the replacement. Because it better not be Cam Newton. It better not be Tyrod Taylor. It better not. No. Those are not the replacements. My idea, if we can't get the Stafford Watson, if we can't get that, my plan would be 1-year deal for Mitch, draft a quarterback. He's our Alex Smith. For right now, that's what I'm thinking. But if you want to move off, just draft a rookie, rebuild the whole team. You want to pay this elite defense while you got a rookie quarterback? Nope. Can't do it. So it can be one or the other. Yeah, Matt Ryan's out there. Matt Stafford. So we got to see. Yeah, this 8-8 every year is not going to work. The second straight year, 8-8, not going to work. So I've always said, like, being in the middle is like quicksand, right? It's the easiest way to sink. Either you got to be really good or really bad, right? Even the Jaguars are in a better position than us right now because they're going to get Trevor Lawrence. So something needs to change. It can't be this entire team coming back because at that point, what has changed? If you are a Mitchell Trubisky believer, then you want Matt Nagy fired because he's not the right coach for Mitch. If you are a Mitchell Trubisky hater, then you want Mitchell Trubisky gone and a new quarterback, but who's the new quarterback? So something needs to change. Get rid of Wims and Miller. I'm tired of Anthony Miller too. All right, here are the players that are absolutely staying on the Bears next year. And tell me if I missed anybody. David Montgomery, Allen Robinson, Cody Whitehair, James Daniel, Darnell Mooney, Cole Kmet, Roquan Smith, Eddie Jackson, Kyle Fuller. Well, maybe not, but Khalil, depending on the defense. I'll just say the offense. Browns are winning. Interesting. I got to watch this game, folks. I'm going to get on out of here, make another video. Thank you guys for hopping on, man. It was fun, and the videos are not going to stop. I'll have plenty of Bears content out. It was a good season, and good talking to you guys.